Carlos is on 550 KTSA. Hi, Carlos.
Hey, Jack, what about Ron Paul's swag last night? I mean, it seems like he was really getting into that chair, just leaning back. It almost seemed like he was a Liberty ninja, just throwing out ninja stars of truth, and just like assassinating everybody over there,
Say that again. A Liberty ninja
throwing out ninja stars of truth.
Oh man. First of all, I thought Carlos is our favorite Ron Paul guy. We've had him on Gang of Four, and he calls our show a lot. I thought of you last night, Carlos. I think he did very well. I don't know that he's, I don't think these debates are going to vault him into first place, but I agree with you. Very, very good performance. Likable, not crazy. Didn't sound like he would get us all killed. It was a real improvement. And what do you think, Carlos? What is your take on this theory that there's some kind of secret handshake between Paul and Mitt?
Well, if the way that I started the call, if Ron Paul's a Liberty ninja, well then it's okay, right? He's befriending Romney. He'll take out the other guys, and then he'll go after Romney when it's just one-on-one.
Well, let me tell you my theory on it. I don't think they have a secret agreement. I don't think Ron Paul would want to be vice president or the vice presidential nominee. I don't think Rand Paul is going to be the running mate. That's another theory. I think, though, that Dr. Paul is smart enough to know that you can't be at war with everybody. You know what I mean? And you've got to take what you can get. When he looks at this stage, these other candidates, Carlos, it seems to me that he sees two guys that were in Washington and are of Washington. And then he sees a guy who, actually is, if there is any such thing as an outsider in this race, it would be Romney.
I
mean, he's not the perfect outsider, but if you look at if you take Paul out of it, Romney is the most faithful to the Bill of Rights. He is the most faithful to the outsider mindset. He actually is one. He's the most faithful to the idea of markets. And so I think Ron Paul is thinking, I don't want to be at war. I don't want to be all by myself. They're not going to nominate me. Maybe it's not the worst thing if they nominate Mitt Romney, which it looks like they're going to do.
Yeah, because, I think Ron Paul is a man of great character. Therefore, I think he can also maybe be a good he can also see good character in other people. And he has said before, that Newt Gingrich and Santorum seem more like if they're more opportunistic, but that Romney seems more sincere in his positions. The problem is that Romney is a victim of his own philosophy, so that he truly believes in what he's saying, and he doesn't do it like in an opportunistic fashion, but that he still believes Romney is wrong because they don't agree on the positions, but
right.
He sees them differently that way.
I think he feels like, how you meet people and you feel like, if I spend enough time with this person, I might be able to win them over or convince them. Ron Paul could take 50 years with Rick Santorum. He'd never move him. But I think he feels like with Romney, this guy's moving, maybe glacially, but he's moving in my direction.
Yeah, and plus, they've been running technically for the last 5-6 years.
They know each other.
So the wives and all them talk. Right. So I would assume that they're friendly and cordial to each other.
But I agree with you. In the setting where they're sitting down and Ron Paul kept sort of stroking his chin and, kind of he would actually take like a minute to think before he answered. I thought it was a very good setting and a very good performance for him. And I don't know how you feel about it, Carlos, but my thinking is you don't measure his success by picking up delegates or winning in any states, but every time you expose those ideas and that thinking to another 6 or 7 million TV viewers, you're advancing the ideas. Maybe not the candidacy, but the ideas.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good point to make. And then my last point is that Ron Paul does really good when the moderator is fair. Just gives everybody the same time, allows everybody to talk and give some points back and forward. And I think John King did a really good job of just being fair with everybody on time.
All right. Carlos is in a great Ron Paul mood today. He doesn't need a morning after pill like Esteban did. All right. 550 599-5555, 800-299-KTSA. Edith is on the radio talking about last night's debate. Hi, Edith.